Hello my dear students. In this video, I'm going to briefly go through what you learned in Unit 5. We have two learning goals in Unit 5. The first learning goal is to identify ways to invest and enhance human capital as a means to increase the financial capital. Simply speaking, that means stay longer in school and earn more in the future. The second learning goal is to understand the importance of personal risk tolerance and be able to assess the relationship between liquidity, risk, and return. Okay, let's begin by our first learning goal. Invest in yourself. There are three stages in everyone's life, which are pre-production stage, production stage, and post-production stage. In the pre-production stage, you determine your career and path and accumulate human capital by going to school or receiving training. Most likely, in this stage, your spending is more than your earning, so you have to either rely on your parents or borrow from your future income. Many people start to borrow student loans when they go to college. Essentially, they are borrowing from their future income. Even though the return of school depends on many factors such as your school performance, your major, and the school itself. Typically speaking, college education is a good investment with a good return. Also remember that the earlier you go to college, the higher lifetime return on college you will be. After you graduate from school, you will enter the production stage by working for income. In this stage, you turn your human capital into financial capital. Salary is not always the most important thing. Choosing a job aligned with your career goal is important. Depending on your job, your income will gradually increase and reach its peak sometime during your life. To prepare for retirement and other lifetime goals, people usually make savings and investments during their production stage. After retirement, you enter the stage of post-production. Most of the people in this stage will once again spend more than they earn. However, instead of borrowing from their future income or relying on someone else, retirees withdraw their savings and investments to fund their lifetime goal. Now, let's talk about financial investment. Different people have different risk tolerance. Some people simply are easier to accept high-risk investment than others. There are two types of risk, which are unsystematic risk and systematic risk. The most important difference between these two types of risk is that the unsystematic risk is the unique risk of a company or the financial product. And therefore, the unsystematic risk can be eliminated by diversification. On the other hand, the systematic risk is the risk of all securities in the market, so it cannot be eliminated by diversification. Liquidity measures how easily you can turn your investment into cash. Generally speaking, liquid investments tend to have low return and low risk. One of the ways to reduce the risk of your investment portfolio is diversification. In this unit, we learned three diversification strategies, which are asset allocation, buy and hold, and dollar cost averaging. This ends the overview for Unit 5. As always, please feel free to ask questions in the unit discussion board and online classroom. I will see you soon in Unit 6.